Hi Bhavesh.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm audible.
Yes.
Okay. So just let me share my screen.
Yes.
So hope you have worked on the program that we have seen in the last class.
Yes, I did.
So do you have any question on that? Anything that's not clear?
No.
Okay. So today I will going to make you practice on some few more programs,
Okay.
and from the next class onward we are going to start a new module. So today I was thinking
Okay.
just show you what is a super keyword and constructor, how we use the super keyword in constructor, and there are some operations that we are left with collection, like how to convert a collection into the array, or how you can convert how you can iterate over that, that all
Okay.
be on in this class.
Okay.
So before going to that, let's start about this constructor class.
Yes. So I have one question about that assignment you shared.
Okay.
So can I combine two programs in that if they are similar?
Yes.
Like here it is. There is one program that write a Java program to reverse element to empty a hash set and write a Java program to compare two hash sets.
Yes.
So I can combine them in one.
Yes. Yes. You can combine them. Those programs just to just explain you and make you familiar with a different kind of operation that we can do it with the collection. So you can combine it. There's no issue in combining the two programs. Just
Okay.
use the function that's are available and
Okay.
solve the programs.
So if I don't know the function, then
If you don't know, then just try the logic, like how you can reverse it. Just like in an array, if you know array, like which index start from 0 to, okay, let me explain.
so in array we used to do like this. We will create another array and store them in reverse.
Yes, usually
So
in a, okay,
I
yeah,
did it like that.
yeah, that's also work. Usually the in an array index start from 0, right?
Yes.
0 and it goes till n minus 1, you can say, or whatever the length minus 1 or size minus 1, whatever you want to take, right? So
Yes.
when you write a for loop or when you write a loop, just start the loop from in a reverse direction, so we can achieve it. So you can do it that also. If you in the collection, if it is arranged based on the key, you can arrange, you can use the key and you can reverse them. Like for example, I is equal to size minus 1, and I will run it till I is greater than 0, and I will iterate it every time I minus minus. So what it will going to do, it will start from the last index, and it will check the condition, is it greater than 0, and it will going to print the array element, right? Are you getting
Yes.
what will I suppose the array name is anything like a, suppose.
Okay.
So how you write it, ai, right?
Yes.
So like suppose the last index is 9, 9 is greater than 0, so how the logic will work here? 9 is greater than 0, suppose I is equal to 9.
But you are just printing them. But I thought you are going to store them. So you are just printing them in reverse. So I thought you have to reverse the array and store them in reverse only.
Yeah, you can do in that way. Means I'm just telling you the logic how you can.
But see, if you imply that for loop,
Hmm.
and after the for loop is done, and you still call it array, so it will show in your correct order or in reverse order
Um, it will
after that for loop.
after the for loop. If you want to use, if you use that variable, obviously it will print the variable, like that array in the same form, whatever I read it.
Okay.
If you want to reverse it, then you can assign it to the another variable, and you can assign with the last index.
Okay.
So you need to use two for loop. One is for reading an array, and another one is
Yes.
assigning an array. So assigning you can
Okay.
do it. Here I
Okay.
just tell you the logic, like how you can suppose if the
Okay.
question is to print in a reverse order, then you
Okay.
can use this
Yes, but
logic.
there is a program that write a Java program to reverse elements in a array list. So that is confusing. If they are asking me to print them in reverse, or they are asking me to reverse the elements only.
Yeah, so it is in the question is written that print
Yes.
an element of an array list. So list is what? List is a collection, right? So you are
Yes.
saving it into the collection. Now the question what they have said that you want to print that element in a reverse order means suppose
No, they are not saying. They are only saying
yeah
to
so
reverse the elements in
yeah,
array
a
list.
reverse an element in the array list means that's it means you need to take the element in the reverse order, or you can uh, use the collection, or you can arrange the collection element of the collection in a reverse order.
Yes.
You build the logic, try it. If not, then I will explain you.
Okay. So I did. I think it was some another way also. Like they used to store elements in heap memory. So there is another way like that also, or there is only one way by using for loop.
No, there are different way of doing that. My motive was to just use the predefined function that is available in the collection. So in the
Okay.
collection, if you check it, there are different kind of function. As I will going to show you in today's class also, like dot reverse, dot remove. Okay,
Okay.
dot
So
reverse.
that will directly reverse without
Yes,
writing two for loops. So
yes, dot reverse, dot remove. You can use dot size, so it will give you the number of element. Similarly, there is dot sort is also there. You can, if you do like this collection dot sort, it will sort your collection. So this method you should know so that you can do it. If we try to use like user defined logic, then that will make your program complex. So we already available with the predefined functions in Java in the collection that we can use it. Let me show you
okay.
here, like see this add function, right? If
Yes.
you want to add it, you can directly write the element and you can add it into the hash set. If you
Yes.
use other than method, like you use for loop and you are using this, then your program sometime won't run, or it may not be a optimized way. So just try to use the method that are available in this library and in this headset. So that was my
Okay.
motive to give you assignment. Here, one few more program like size. You can see there is size function, and so there are different kind of functions are available that you can use it. If you want to iterate it, how you can going to iterate it. So while iterating in collection, we iterate in a different way, right?
Yes.
In array, as I told you, this one, right? But in collection, when you're going to iterate it, you need to iterate in this way, means the collection, what kind of element they are having. So this is the temporary variable, and this is the variable or hash set that you have declared, right? So it will
Yes.
going to check in this uh, collection. This is the temporary variable, and it will assign based on the number of element on this hash set. So how many has said element they have? Like four. It means that this element will be run four times from 0 to 3, right? And it will going to check whether the element of this set is equal to this set or not. So you use dot content function, right?
Okay.
This predefined function that you are available, that is available by this Java collection and this util library, that will help you to do the task easier. And this kind of usually in the interview and all, when you are going to solve, you need to use this predefined function, because there we need to run the code in a half an hour or in limited time period. So they don't give
Okay.
you such a big question that you can that you need to create a whole logic behind it.
Okay.
Okay, so try to find it out, and how you can find it out. So usually when you type an element like here, When you
Yes.
write,
It will give many options.
yes. So when you type it, it will suggest you some options. Then you need to
Yes.
check whether that supports or not. Add, clear. Your one more method is clear method, clone, contain that I have shown you, contain all,
Mhm.
equal.
So clear will clear all elements.
Yes, it will make
Okay.
you make element empty means
Okay.
of any collection. So
So
that's
it will make the whole set empty or element empty.
whole set empty. It will clear the
Okay.
whole, the structure will exist, only the element will get cleared.
Okay.
So this is a few programs that I wanted to show you. Let's start with the constructor super keyword.
Okay.
Yes. So here you can see here I have created one class. Okay. Inside this
Yes.
class I have declared a variable num. Okay.
Okay.
And here I have created one constructor. This one is your constructor. As you can see, the name of class and constructor here both are same.
Okay.
Okay. And now this keyword, it is used to point out the current class object. Means it is
Yes.
used to point out the num of this class. Okay. And this function will going to print it.
Yes.
And this is a method that is used to print the value of num.
Okay.
Okay. So we have created this class. Now this is another class that I have created. Here this class to extend one. Okay. It is going to extend one. Now in this I have created num1 class, sorry, num1 variable. And here this is one more constructor. So here what we are doing here actually, this is one constructor with two parameter. Okay. So here x and y are the two parameter that based on that two parameter, this constructor will work. So
Okay.
what it is doing when I use this super keyword. So let me show you the third class also. And here I am calling this. You can check.
Yes.
I created an object and I have assigned a value. Okay. So as I create this object, constructor will get executed immediately. Similarly here also. Why I have created this too, just to print the method value, because I have taken method to print it. So that's why I've used it. So here what I'm doing, I'm just assigning this 100 and 200 here. Okay. But you just check it here. This x and y. But is there any additional variable exist on this constructor too to hold a value of x when you are passing two value?
No.
No, correct. So when you use super x, this super x, what it will do, whatever value you are going to pass it, it will pass the value x to the parent class variable. And in the parent class, which variable is unassigned or which variable doesn't having any value?
Intent. Num.
Num, right? So this
Yes.
super keyword, when you call this super keyword, it will assign the value to the
X value to num.
yes, good. So it will assign the value to the parent class num.
Yes.
And here this another value y will be assigned to num1 variable. Okay. So when we run this code, let me show you running this code. So it is showing you subclass num200. Why it is showing subclass number 200? You can check it here. It is assigning with num1 variable, which is belong to
Mhm.
this class. And superclass
Okay.
is num, right? So for this num,
Yes.
it is assigned a 100.
Okay.
Okay. So here, when you use this super keyword, you are able to access the element of a parent class constructor also with the help of super keyword. You asked me the
Okay.
question, I think in one or two class before, how with the help of super keyword we can access it, right? So with the help of this super keyword, you can access the element of a parent class and you can assign a value also because constructor is used for initializing a value, right? So to initialize the object, we use a so uh, constructor and there the value was not initialized. We have just taken this n, whatever n value will be initialized to this will be get initialized here. Okay. Now,
Okay.
now I tried it. I did some changes here. I I call the object. I create an object of the constructor one and assign 788. Okay.
Okay.
So this 788 will be assigned another next time. Means here they will going to assign the value. Okay, 100, and when you create an object of this class, then it will assign 100 to it. But suppose if you create an object of the first class, one class, and you want to assign a value
Yes.
788, and then if you want to print it o dot show, then it will assign this 788 value. If you see
Okay.
this num1, when you and I call with the object of this constructor, this class
Yes.
to this method, so it assign whatever value I pass there, it assigned to this. So it depends
Okay.
which class object you are creating because when we create an object holds value and variable. So
Okay.
it's based on how you invoke the method. Invoke means
Okay.
how you create an object and how you call it.
Okay.
So this is one program where I have explained you how you can use a super keyword. In future, suppose there is a requirement that you want to access the element of a parent class and you want to assign a value to it, then with the help of this super keyword, you can assign a value to the parent class object or variable. Variable of parent, sorry, you can assign a value to the constructor of parent class. Is it clear to you?
Yes.
Okay. Now there is one more program. Sublist. Okay, suppose you want to get the element of a sublist. Here, suppose you created one list and you want to, okay, first let me run this and then I can explain. So here, suppose you can see this is your list. Okay,
Yes.
and you want to find out the index of the any sub element or the set of element inside this list. Then how you can find it out? You can find it out with the help of this function index of sublist, last index of sublist. You can split it, right? So these are some predefined function available in the array list. And always remember that uh, this array list, tree map, preset, hash set, they support different kind of method. Means some collection they support more method, some support less. So it depends on the type of collection that we are using. Okay,
Okay.
so here I have declared one list as an array list as a list. You can see it array dot as list. It means that it will work as inside this collection array list. Inside this array you are treating that as a list. Means you have created one variable which is of array list type, and then you want this element, okay, to split it based on the space, and just then it will be act as a list. Are you getting what I said?
Yes.
So you can see here 1 2 3 4 5 is there, right? So you are going to split it based on this space, and then it will assign to this list, which is of list type. So here you are actually you are doing means this array will be act as a list, and they will going to split it and assign a value to this list. So there you have come to know about one more method, that is as list.
Yes.
Now here you have created another way, that list sublist and array as list, and you created these two element. Again you have split it based on the space, and you create these two element as a list.
Okay.
Okay, and you have printed it just like you have printed this. Now you
Okay.
want to find it out the
So can we split on basis of words also?
word, means how you want to.
Like you are splitting in on basis of space.
Hmm.
So I want to split it on the basis of one word, like uh,
then,
or you
then
can say one.
okay, you can take it like o1 means one, you separate it by a comma, or then you can take it. Are you
Okay.
getting what I'm saying? Like you take it O-N-E, and then you can
Yes.
split it. Then it will be read as a O-N-E like that.
Okay.
So you can take it that also. It will work with that. You can split it with the space, and so it depends on you what value. This is a double quote. So inside this double
Yes.
quote, whatever value you can take it.
Okay. So we can take it like a character also, a word also, or space.
Yes.
Okay.
So here, once you create a list and sub list, okay, the next thing is you need to find it out the index of that. So how you are going to find it out? In order to find it out the index of a sub list, you need to pass two parameter to that. What is the parameter that you need to pass? First, the list that you want to search, in which you want to search, and the sub list, that element that you want to search in that. Okay, like here list is what, this is the whole set of an element, and sublist is what, the few element that you want to search the index of for that. So
Okay.
when you write this collection dot index of sublist, it's a method inside this, and this collection means what, here this collection, whenever whatever collection you read it, whether it is hash map, tree set, or whatever it is, when you write this collection dot index sublist, then it will work for all.
Okay.
Okay, so similarly, when you want to sort it, we usually write collection dot sort. So whatever the collection you are using, whether it is hash map, or whether it is tree map, or what, or like a linked list, it will going to sort it. So
Okay.
now here, in order to sort the element, you need to use the list. You need to first pass the parameter that you want to check, and the sublist, the element that you want to search. So here, when you use this, it will going to print this index of uh, these two. What is the index of this one, and the index of last one. So as you know that index of sublist, it will going to print you the index of first element, and the last index of list means it will going to print you the index of last index.
Okay.
So this way you can do it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is one program. Another program we can check it, like suppose, mm, yes, there are some headset, you know, right? Headset I have explained you. Okay, in headset is a set which do not allow the duplicate element, and
Yes.
they arrange the element in unordered sequence, means they do not follow any order. Okay,
Yes.
so in this, suppose if you want to find it out, like whether the empty or whether the element is present on the headset and all, then you can use it with the help of this predefined method is empty.
Okay.
Okay, see why these methods are important, because you can use it with the if condition, or while condition, that like if this hash set is empty, then you don't need to follow any further step. If hash set is not empty, then we can perform addition of an element. Are you getting, like, suppose if there is a
Yes.
requirement where somebody says you that check if the hash list is empty or if it is having an element. So you are going to check it. How you are going to check it? You can check it with the if condition or while condition by placing this
Okay.
condition inside that, whether it is empty. If it is true, then you don't need to do any operation. If it is not empty, then you will get addition of any element like hash set add. So this is one more method.
Okay.
So how we do this? Just like we declare hash set, as you know, like how we declare a hash set, and it will hold a string kind of data. So I have passed it as string. Now here
Okay.
inside this hash set, I have added an element. Now
Yes.
when you see this, when I am printing this, it is printing in unordered sequence. I have added in red, green, black, white, pink, yellow, but it is showing red, white, pink, yellow, black, green, right? Because set,
Yes.
you might have studied in a 11th and 11th standard about set. So set is a collection of an element which do not allow the duplicate element, and it is unordered.
Yes. Yes.
So that is the reason that when we are printing this, it is just checking whether it is, you can see the output is when you use this predefined function, has set is
Yes.
it is printing false because it is not empty. And when you
Yes.
want to remove all the element, then we can use this remove all function. This
Yes.
remove all function will going to empty all the elements. So when you use this,
But there was another function you were showing that hashtag dot clear. I think.
it might be support in the array list. See whether it clear is there or not. Let me check it, because there are different kind of elements exist. So when I'm using this remove, it is showing me that remove argument to match clear. Okay, let me run this.
So you have to remove the upper one.
Yeah, removing all the element of hash set, and when I'm printing, it's clear. Yeah, there are different methods. We can use clear also, and we can use remove also.
So
One minute, let me check it running both, whether once it remove the element, it's doing any operation or not. Let me check it. Okay.
both are doing the same operation only.
Yes. You can put the cursor here to show you. Remove element from this set. This set will empty after this call return. Okay. And
Okay.
this when we remove all from this set, all the element that are contained in the specified collection. If the specified collection is also a set, this operation effectively modifies. So both are same only. It depends on you which method you want to use it.
Okay.
So we have seen is empty.
Maybe remove all is used for if there are multiple sets, and clear you can use if there is one set only.
Yes. No, actually the difference is that there in syntax, like it might be possible, but the syntax also it's differ. Like you need to pass an argument, means the value of the set on which you want to work, and this
Yes.
clear
So
function.
that's why I'm saying that if
Yes,
there are multiple sets, then it can be helpful
yes,
to
correct.
use remove all.
Yes. So you need to pass the name of the set in which you want to work, and here
Okay.
just a variable. dot clear function will clear the hash set which where you are using this clear function.
Okay. So if we are using two sets, then do you have any two sets, hash sets?
You can create a copy of this, and but at a time when you want to remove it, you can't give both the set name.
So I just want to see that. Okay, nothing. It's clear.
You can change the name by one, and then you can write it. But I need to create it also. 1 minute.
But my confusion is sorted.
Okay. The reason is like you need to pass the name of the set that you want to remove. Maybe we can't pass two set at a time to remove element from both the set. Are you getting what I said?
No.
I said you that you need to pass the name of a set here when you want to
Yes.
remove the element. So suppose if you have a two set, has set and has set one, you can't pass both the set together to this removal function.
But that that I had the doubt. But you are also using that hash underscore set.
Hmm.
You are using that keyword, and then you are writing dot remove all. So that will imply to hash set only, not hash set one.
Yes, I'm just saying you that whichever set you are working, that only you need to pass it here. Headset
Okay.
one is headset one I was showing you. Like if you have created one more set headset one inside this, then you need to pass the name of headset one if you want to remove the element of headset one because they will be the different collection in that case. Headset is
Okay.
one collection with this element. Headset one will be another collection with set of certain element.
Okay.
So it is something like if you want to throw the water of the bucket, then you need to throw it at once. You can't throw it together of both the bucket water. So
Okay.
you need to specify the name of that particular collection.
Okay.
So this is one program, and the another one is size one. How you can suppose if you want to convert like hash set to the array, how you can do it. So here there are predefined functions are there to array. Okay, let me first run this and then explain you. In this program, what we are doing, we have a headset. Headset means a set with certain element which unorder and do not allow the duplicate element. Now, if you want to convert it into the array, how you can do it? So you need to use this another function to array, and you need to pass the name of new array. Means here like
Okay.
headset to array and the name of array that you want to assign. So here I have
Okay.
created one array of string type and the size of this array will be based on hash set dot size, right? So
Yes.
how how I use it, how I pass this hash set dot size because if you don't pass it, this new array will have a either you will create an additional space or you will create a space less than the size of the hash set.
Okay.
So that is the reason that if you want to convert it, all will remain same only. You declare the class, you create a hash set, you add an element with this with the help of this add element. But while converting, you first need to create an array and specify the size. So how you find it out the size of hash set with this size function. You can put the
Okay.
cursor also. So when you put a cursor there, you can see that it is showing you that it will show you the number of element in the set.
Oh,
Okay, it's cardinality. Cardinality means the number of rows in the set or number of element. So now if you want to convert, then you can easily convert it. Once you convert
okay.
it, you have assigned to the array, but how you can going to print it? Then we follow this another way of writing the for loop that as I explained you, like string element new array. So based on the element of this new array, this temporary variable will run. So here
Okay.
almost six elements are there. So this element
Yes.
will be assigned six times from 0 to 5 and it will going to print. So first time it will assign with red, then it will going to print it. Again it will assign with white, print it. like that.
Okay.
Now there is one more collection, that is tree set. So in the last class I have explained you tree map, right?
Yes.
So there is one more tree set is there. There is a these are collection. There are different kind of collections are available in this Java, and
Yes.
all are having a specific meaning. Why we use it, it depends on the scenario. So what is the difference between the tree set and other set, or like your tree map? They here we don't need to use a sort method. They will print a method, or they will add an element based on the some sequence, sorting sequence. Now here you can see when I run this, it will going to print an element in certain sequence like B
Yes.
according to the alpha.
Alphabetical order.
Yes.
Yes.
So they are following some alphabetical order. So here they arrange it to B, then after that it will come green, then orange, then red, then white. So they arrange some order. So you
Yes.
last time I show as I said you that when you work with the collection, at that time you need to use like this collection dot sort in order to sort the element, right?
Yeah.
So here you don't need this. So it saves your time also, and it is more optimized. You can access the element with the help of tree set. The tree set is also the same data structure which arrange element in a tree structure.
Okay.
Okay.
So according to you, what is the best collection?
Best collection is normally when you work linked list, we usually need most of the time.
Okay.
Because see, these are they are giving you the sorted, but they do not allow duplicate, right? They do not means they allow the order, but they do not allow the duplicate element set. Okay,
Yes.
map you have a key and value where you can't
Yes.
you can one key will identify one value, means
Yes.
mm, one key can cannot have a two value, right?
Yes.
Single roll number assigned to one person. So
Yes.
that is a disadvantage. Now what we left, linked list and array list, that allow the duplicate element, that in the link, and in the linked list you can have an address of next element. So mostly we
Yes.
linked list in the data structure
Okay.
in order to save the data inside a memory. Linked list and array list we use it, but if you want to allow duplicate element, and if you are not bothered for any sequence, you want to reduce the computing task, computing overhead, then we go for tree set, hash map, hash set, like that.
Okay.
One day I will show you the comparison between the different kind of collection, then it will be more clear. As it is a beginning stage, so you should practice on this kind of program first. Then once you get a confident, then we can move to the comparison and then further programs. Okay.
Okay.
So as per the data structure and widely used collection is what your linked list and array list. Why it is so? Because they allow duplicate element. Suppose if you want to save more than single element, because normally when you work with this set of data, duplicate element will occur, right? Like when you play a card, there also duplicate elements are there, 1 to 13, right? So
Yes.
in case if you want to work with a duplicate element, you need both these two. Duplicate
Okay.
element, order doesn't matter, right? And you want wide functions to work on those, then we use it. and set, map, they are used with some restriction. Order and duplicate element. So that is the restrictions there is they exist on set.
Okay.
Means I can say map. Uh, so this few point you always remember. Collection is very important from interview perspective and while coding, because when you work on the set of data, you need to have a knowledge about this different kind of collection, and in which scenario we use what, that also you should know. So it will be easy for you to write a code. Here, as you can see in the tree set, add element will be present in all the collection to add an
Yes.
element, and iteration also will be at somewhat same, somewhat what is almost same in how you can iterate it. The only difference is availability of the function. So in some of the collection they have a wide variety of function, like in array, linked list, they have a wide variety of function, because there you want duplicate element, there you want no order, or there is no restriction there. So this is one more example of tree set.
Okay.
So we have seen a different kind of collection, different kind of how you can find it out the size, how you can remove an element, how you can convert a hash set into the array. So hope it is clear to you.
Yes.
Okay. So how you will identify the sim? See, A, B, C are belong to one program, and
Okay.
rest, and this one, two, three are belong to one program. Rest all are
Okay.
different.
Okay.
So one more program that I wanted to show you, if you want to convert the list to array. Okay, till now we have seen how you convert like array list, right? We have seen that how you can convert a list, but if you want to convert a list to the normal array, let me run it first. Normal array in the sense there is a difference between the list and an array, right? List is a collection, and there is array is something different, where you have an index start from 0 to n minus 1 you go, right? In array you don't
Yes.
that much function. Array, we don't have a predefined function. In array you can't remove an element by using predefined function. In array,
Okay.
if you want to remove it, you just need to remove with the help of indexes, right?
Yes.
So suppose if you want to convert the list into the array, then how you can convert it? Similarly here, create a new array and simply use the predefined function list, which is of array list type, to array, and then you specify this new string 0.
Okay.
Why we specify this new string 0 here? So that it will start from the 0 index, okay, and this represent that it will hold a string kind of data, okay.
Okay.
This to array new string, so the starting index will be from 0, and it will, and what will be the index of this in this case?
0.
Yes, is
1.
correct. So in this way we usually follow. So if you want to,
Okay.
here it will be not like t having the index 0, h is having 1, I is having.
So that should be in the character one. This is string.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
So that's only I wanted to explain you. Great, you identify correctly. That because it is of string type, that is why it is considering the group of word or a token as a
Yes.
index.
One value. Yes.
One. Correct. So in this way, we have seen this few programs based on the collection, conversion of the list to the array and array list, and different kind of collection and constructor with super keyword. So today you just practice on these questions.
Okay.
Let me share with you.
So in interview, they usually ask like, what is the level of the questions? It is easy or difficult?
Uh,
Like you were saying, you get only 30 minutes.
yes, we get only 30 minutes, and in that 30 minutes, they will going to say you that just write a function to sort a value or remove an element. So in that 30
Okay.
minutes, you need to write down the logic.
Okay.
I will explain you. Just give a minute. Let me upload this first.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Last time you did it from music.
Sorry, what you said?
The
Yeah,
last time you saved it into music.
yeah,
La-
it's already full. So this time I'm saving there.
Okay.
So here almost 7 to 8 programs are there. You can have a look at it, and that
Yes.
the program that I've given you as an assignment, you do
Yes.
side by side, like 1 or 2 program daily, and
Okay.
the next week when it get complete, just update me so I will look into that.
Okay. But you said do it by Tuesday.
Yeah, but you have your classes also, right? Your
Yes.
so and you said like you want only one program, so I've just given you so that one program you can try it a day or 1 or 2 programs, so you will get
Okay.
completed. Almost 12 questions are there, and if you combine it, then you can possible to do it within a 5 or 6 days if you do 2 programs.
If I combine it, it will be like 3 days work.
Yeah. So it's uploaded. You can have a look at it.
Okay.
And do you have any question on the you don't have any question on the previous programs?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Any doubt on this today's class
No.
on this collection? Okay, so just have a look.
So I had only one doubt.
Hmm.
That remove all part. The rest was okay. So in remove all, we can clearly you use that clear one instead of remove all. Or
Yeah.
remove all you can use for specific like elements also. If you don't want to remove all elements.
Okay.
So
Let
why they have used?
as I said you there are different way of removing, right? Clear is
Yes.
your when you have a variable name and you just wanted to clear it. The removal
Yes.
and clear difference is that clear will remove all the element at okay, let you want me to check with the element when I use this element, it will give an error, right? It won't
Yes.
remove it. If I remove it to change remove, then it will remove it.
Okay.
Okay. You can see it's
Yes.
removed, right? But remove all is not used to remove a single element. Remove all will remove all the element. Okay, let me
Okay.
check with without passing any parameter to that. Means without passing the name,
Okay. Then also it will give error.
it's by default it is staying. If I take
Yes. The nothing will get empty.
yes, because we need to pass the name of the set here.
Okay.
So that's the thing is here. And clear function will we do not require any parameter. So that's the reason that there are different way of removing an element from the set. Either you can use remove all and either you can use clear. But I will check once again, like if we're having any, you can read it from here also. Let me check it. Okay, I will check on this two part. Your question, I will means I will update you in the next class the difference between the remove and clear. I will go into this whether if there is any difference exist on these two method. But according
Okay.
to me, we can use alternatively means alternative like anytime either remove all or clear.
Okay.
But still, I will check once and I will update you. Okay, then so just have a look on this question. Just practice this. You can note down otherwise. A, B, C are belong to one program
Yes, I
and
got to know.
yeah,
One, two, three are one program, and rest are
different. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So just practice this and in the next class when we meet, we will start some other topic. Or if I will see some more, if more functions are available on this collection, then we can do that one also.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Bye. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome. Bye. Thank you.